when we look at policies, when we look at projects, it's very important to understand not the narrow impact of those projects or those policies, but really the broader economic and environmental impact. For that, a life cycle analysis, what LCA stands for, allows us to really compare options between, moving towards more public transport versus individual cars. So, for example, a car may emit 4 times the number of gram of carbon emission per passenger kilometer compared to a bus. So it allows a better understanding of options and ramification as we design those.
Making a big transition to zero-emission technology includes so many changes and really can be very disruptive. So we need some data, some analysis to know what are the best strategies, how to craft the incentives, where do you put infrastructure, and really in the end, what are the best strategies? And life cycle analysis is really a critical piece of that science that's needed, that research that's needed, because it tells us which market segments, which technologies, which fuels are going to provide the biggest benefit.
I think there are maybe 2 aspects. When we started off this project looking at how we could have a tool that is usable by teams that are working on policy-making decisions, people who might not necessarily be super technical but want to understand quickly and in a kind of robust manner how the decisions they're making, or the kind of different evolutions of, let's say, the electricity grid or the type of vehicle fleet that an operator might be kind of considering, what the greenhouse gas emission and energy impacts of that are. So that's one use case that we were hoping to target. But I think what we've discovered over the relationships we've been building with different researchers and their students and their teams and kind of the wider stakeholder network is that there are a lot of people with a much more kind of technical interest in understanding the assumptions and understanding the nitty-gritty details of the tool that are also getting excited and looking forward to kind of giving us feedback on this work and hopefully incorporating it into their own research projects. So we've had interest from students who are kind of completing PhDs or masters, and we're looking forward to kind of seeing where that takes us. And I think the third and more unexpected result is we just had a workshop to introduce stakeholders to this tool and get their feedback and kick off the peer review process. And at that event, there were people that aren't necessarily our focus kind of audience, but who are very interested in feeding back and having discussions around the tool, understanding why we made assumptions the way we did, and then that has really sparked discussions that are more or less kind of policy related, not necessarily directly tied to the tool, but it's had a bit of a catalytic effect that we were really happy to witness at the event itself, the kinds of discussions that it can spur on.